and KSLSports.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank. We're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Rick, good time out there from Water Canyon. Maybe a little rattled after a big play like that. Want to get settled in. Know you got a couple downs to get this.
Yeah, and you know they've got a long ways to go. The ball's at their 42-yard line, and for a first down, they have to get down to the Buckaroo 45-yard line.
That's a long way to go.
Wait, no, I said 45. That only gets to the original sticks. I made the same mistake. They got to get down to the 35-yard line.
Even longer way to go.
Yes.
So, two receivers to the left, one to the right. They go with a counter that goes nowhere. Seth Taylor, wow.
Yeah, Taylor was blitzing, and he had to stop to not break the plane. And as soon as they snapped it, he was gone.
Another loss. Third down and long coming up here. Clock's going to stop momentarily again. Officials are having a conversation here. I'm not sure if it's ball placement or what they're having the conversation
27 yards to go here.
And I think this might bring up a punt situation should they not get it.
Okay. And he just signaled to reset the clock.
This is interesting.
And they moved the ball back to the original line of scrimmage.
But they look like they're going to march it up. No. Are they saying a player was down at a certain spot? Is that what the discussion was about?
Yeah, they're going to replay the down. Something happened. They're replaying the down.
That was second down.
I think there was an inadvertent whistle.
Oh.
And they moved it to second down. I think they had an inadvertent whistle. That's what I think his signal was.
Okay.
And the inadvertent whistle created that Water Canyon got to replay the down.
Big break for the Wildcats there. Trips left, single right. Hammond takes a snap. Looks to get rid of it, throws over the middle, single coverage, a snag, and then the ball is on the ground, but they're going to call it incomplete.
See, officials don't like to tell you they had an inadvertent whistle, and it was really quick. I think you had to really pay attention to there, but I'm sure that's what it was.
So third down here, because that earlier down did not count with the inadvertent whistle, so one more play here for Water Canyon, and I don't think you're going to be going for it if you don't get much here. You got to get a lot here to be thinking about going for it.
In all fairness to an official, that's the worst thing you can have is an inadvertent whistle, and you just hate them. But they happen. They're just part of the game.
Part of it, yeah.
They don't happen often.
I think that's the first one I've seen this year. I see about one a year, yeah. Hammond throws over the middle. That is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Cox. So fourth down.
And I'll tell you, the defense there by Shumway was pretty tight. He did a nice job of making sure there was not a seam to catch that.
Fourth down coming up here for Water Canyon. We'll see what the special teams can do. We saw special teams played a big part in our game earlier between Manti and Morgan. Snap's good. Not a lot of pressure, and a side winding kick that goes well out of bounds. See where the official marks this out at.
Now, see, the official will put his hand up, and the side one comes up, and he's looking at where it bounced out of bounds. When he puts his hand down, that's where the ball will be. And that's because of the angle where the ball bounced out of bounds. I've had some people yell at me, the line judge, the guy that's on the sideline, well, he didn't see it going out of bounds, and he's correct. It's the white hat that actually determines it, because he sees where it bounces out of bounds.
First down and 10 from the 39. Go 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right for the Buckaroos. As they come out, Kais takes the snap. It's a handoff right side. Good run. On first down, it's a gain of 5 for Black. Make it 4.
Oh, I love Black's abilities. He just muscles down, and it didn't look like he even had that much yardage, but he just fought his way down. A nice pickup for the Buckaroos.
Second down and 6, 7:34 to go. Before halftime, still a scoreless game in what we saw, 64 points the first time these two teams met. Kais throws high over the middle, batted away incomplete. Good coverage in the secondary from Water Canyon. That's number 12 coming up with the stop.
And Monticello's been by far the closest in scoring in this ball game, but they've had some miscues when they've gotten down with opportunities, and Water Canyon has stepped up, and right now this game is still very much anybody's ball game.
Third down and 6. Tight formation. Single receiver to the left, single back here for Kais. It's a high snap, goes over his head, and Kais tries to land on it, does not. Water Canyon might have this. We got a pile here. This will be interesting to see who ends up with the football, Rick.
If it's a joint possession, and it's not.
It's Water Canyon football. Wow. Big turnover for Monticello. What a stop for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I'm like you. I thought that Monticello had recovered it, and then at the last minute, you could see that ball bouncing.
Wow. So big stop for Water Canyon as their offense comes back out with 7:17 to go here in the half number 1. Been a very defensive-minded start. You don't see that in 8-man a whole lot. You don't see these low-scoring, quote-unquote, slugfests. 2 right, single back set here for Hammond. Hammond takes a snap. Pressure comes in late. He has time, throws over the middle, batted incomplete. Good coverage by Rogers. Carter Rogers with the pass breakup. Second down coming up.
And when you said good coverage, that was just terrific. He was right in front of the receiver, able to reach out and knock it away. And no question in my mind, it was very clean in how he did it.
Coming up now, it's second down and 10 for Water Canyon.
Kind of interesting. These two teams complete opposite. Water Canyon mostly a throw team.
Yeah.
Monticello mostly a run team. And then they both mix in the run and pass.
Yeah. Screen pass to the outside. It is complete. Cut back upfield for a good gain and still staying on his feet. Boy, nearly broke a tackle there. Daniel Cox with a nice catch and run. So third down and 4 coming up next.
I don't know about you, but it looked like here on the replay that Cox was thinking about passing it. And then I watched the replay, and I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the way he kind of situated, it looked like maybe he was thinking about passing, but I don't think he was.
Third down and 4. 6:42 to go here in quarter number 2, nearing halftime at Zions Bank Stadium here in Harriman. 8-man semifinal matchup. Back to pass in shotgun. Hammond throws a dart, but just a little low, just didn't get enough oomph on it. Incomplete, fourth down, and this clearly 4-down territory.
Yeah, and Carter Rogers out there in defense. But I'm not so sure on this replay I'm watching, if he catches that ball on a run, boy, he had lots of real estate he could have done.
Yeah, you make one guy miss an 8-man, and it's a foot race afterwards. Fourth down and short here for Water Canyon.
What would you run? Would you run or pass here?
I throw. Maybe if it's 4th and 3, 4th and 2, you go with the run. I'd still throw.
I think that's what they're going to do. It looks like a passing formation for them.
Hammond takes the snap, 2 receivers to his left. Running out of time, throws far side, and it is picked off. Terrific read and an interception by number 13, Carter Rogers. Call him Captain Rogers with the INT. Will send Monticello the other way.
Yeah, he just stepped in front of Daniel Cox and did the interception. Now, sometimes on a fourth down, I saw a few interceptions in previous games where maybe they'd been ahead just to knock it down. But an interception sometimes also builds momentum. That time, that interception really, I think, gained yardage for Monticello, even though it was on the 4th down.
1st down and 10. As the Buckaroos take over again. No one scored, Rick. We're a quarter and a half in for two teams that put up a combined 64 in their first meeting. It's a run to Black here. Good, excellent draw, and Black's got all kinds of room. 40, 45, 50. Pushed forward 40. Tripped up and out of bounds near the 35. An excellent run by Tavin Black.
And Black cut out. He had one man to get past, and he was trying to decide whether to go right toward the sideline or left, and at last minute it looked like right was a little better and couldn't quite get around him.
Ball at the 35, 6:09 to play. They're going to go 2 receivers to the left, single receiver right with a single back for Kais. Takes the snap. It's a handoff. Shumway off tackle with some speed to the outside. 30-25 dances out of bounds. And this should be good enough for a first down. We'll see where they actually spot it. It's going to be close. Yeah, they do say move the sticks.
Riley Jones and Adam Hammond down there on the defense for Water Canyon. But for them, they were down around where the first down yardage was.
2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver right, single back for Kais. Midway through quarter number 2. Oh, draws them offside. There's an encroachment.
Yep. And I saw something I hadn't seen in college the other day. They kept calling a penalty on one team because they crossed off sides, and the other team would point at them. And so they'd say they drew the
They moved,
penalty.
yeah, which is smart by the O-line, Eric.
And I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah.
Usually they can jump and go back. In high school, there's no going back. You cross that line. If you line up over across the line, they'll call it on you.
So 1st down and 10 becomes 1st and 5 for the Buckaroos. Still looking to get the first score of the game.
You saw that too. You were
I
watching,
did. Yeah, I knew exactly what you were talking about. So here we go. 1st down and 5. 2 left, 1 right at receiver. The give is to Black. Some real estate to the left. Being chased down, trying to get to that first down. Takes the angle, falls forward. Got to be close. We'll see where they spot him here. But he was right near the marker.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just shy of it by maybe a half yard. And that's not all bad to have a 2nd down and a half yard to go.
I don't think anyone's going to complain about that.
The ball just marked inside the 15, between the 15 and the 14 of Water Canyon.
So 2nd down and short. Tight formation here with the single receiver high. It's Rogers. Kais, handoff Black. Black looks to push forward, looks to get to the edge, lowers that shoulder, and gets the first down. A great run from Black, and that moves the sticks. They'll have 1st and goal at the 9.
Yeah, Black got the first down easily, trying to weave his way and go down further. And again, I think he's just shy of the 10-yard line, which means Monticello will still be able to get a first down.
5:12 to go in this opening quarter, and is there a late flag out there? And maybe it wasn't late, but a hold.
Yeah, they did call it. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Now, where the hold took place depends on the penalty, because the end of the run was beyond the line. But if the hold is behind the line of scrimmage, and I think it was, they'll go back to the original line and move it back. Well, no, they said the hold was at the 9-yard line.
Okay.
So they moved it back 10 yards from where the hold was.
Right. And that's been a good change at the high school level. You don't get these 3rd and 40s and different situations like that when a hold takes place clear away from.
I agree with you totally.
Such a good decision. Yeah.
And then I think they're more likely to call what happens.
Pitch left side, Shumway cuts back upfield. A good run from Shumway, and then a good tackle. Shumway gets a good chunk of yards back, so 3rd down and 2, maybe 3 coming up next.
Yeah, and I would guess this is 4-down territory where Monticello will try and get it, even if they come up a little short. But a 3rd and, what would you call that, 3 is really where Monticello wants to be.
So 3rd down and 3, 4:30 to go. Another big chance for Water Canyon here for a couple downs, trying to get some stops. The defense has been stout. When they've been challenged deep in their own territory, Rick, they've risen to the challenge.
Yeah, and when you say that, there's no score in this football game, and that shows you they have.
For an 8-man semifinal matchup, yeah, these teams playing some D. Pitch, Shumway cuts back upfield, falls forward. They are going to get the first down. That little extra umph at the end, Rick, is what put him over the edge.
Yeah, and he planted it. It didn't look like he had much room, but he had enough to get the first down. And if you're Monticello, that's really all you wanted at this point.
Yeah. Drive continues to stay alive for the Buckaroos. They'll have 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. As they'll go 2 to the right, single receiver left. Single back set here for Kais.
Boy, this is way spread out. Only 3 guys up close on the line.
Snap Kais, give Black. Black hesitates, pushes forward. Well defended from Water Canyon. Just a short gain on the play.
Well, you're actually running against more defenders there, so you're hoping to fool them.
2nd down and 9. With 3:26 to go before halftime. Keep in mind, Water Canyon does get the football to start half number 2. Back to pass. Kais takes a shot at the end zone. Has a man there. Touchdown! Coming down with it, number 13, Carter. The captain, Rogers, with the snag. Buckaroos open up on top with 3:14 to play in the half.
Yeah, and the Water Canyon defender, it looked like he had an opportunity, but at the end, he was still 5 yards short of the receiver, and the pass was well thrown and a great catch.
3:14 to go in quarter number 2. Still plenty of time for Water Canyon to try and get a score before halftime. Extra points as number 21, John Leber. Lieber, my apologies. That's how you pronounce it. Was waiting for the PA man to say it because he goes down and asks the coaches and all that good stuff. Oh, Water Canyon jumps on the PAT.
Yeah, and that looked like an easy call. Now, sometimes he'll take it, and they're gonna take this penalty, and they're gonna go for 2.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, Rick, I run a podcast, okay? Me and my good friend Cole Wissinger. We do Wilk and Whisk, okay? Yeah. We do NFL players that have Utah ties. And then we like to highlight fans, right? Because Utah's this big melting pot of fans where we don't have our own team. Had an Eagles fan on this week. Very intriguing conversation about Philly's decisions to go for 2. Anytime they get it within the 1, they're going to go for 2 with that tush push that they do in Philadelphia.
Really?
Every time. Now they go spread here. 5 receivers. Water Canyon jumps again.
Yeah, it went from the 3-yard line to the 1.5-yard line. Now it's going to go just inside the ball on the side of the 1-yard line.
So if you want to get real official, 3/4 of a yard away.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll tell you, I tell you what, you ought to come officiate with us.
No. I'm going to nip that in the bud right now.
Well, I'd enjoy having you. We'd have a lot of fun.
I would like to shadow it. I'll leave it that way. I'd like to spend some time following someone on the side. That would be intriguing to me. Now, actually having to make the calls and blow the whistle, no thanks. As Kais gets in for 2. So with 3:14 to go in the second quarter, it's Monticello 8, Water Canyon 0. We'll take a quick break and be back here on TeamHive.live. Water Canyon gets it right after this.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
And Tanner Wilkinson, Rick Robinson with you here. 8-man semifinals. Monticello finally gets on the board. Rick, only took us, about 24 minutes of game time nearly to get on the board?
And Monticello put together a pretty impressive drive.
21 minutes.
It wasn't just one big play. I mean, they just put together a nice drive and then picked up the 2-point conversion.
So 8-0 as the Buckaroos approach. Lieber will kick low. Takes a high bounce, fielded at about the 39-yard line, and to the 41, Water Canyon goes, where they will have 1st down and 10, trying to get on the board here with 3:10 to go before the half.
Do you think Monticello's trying an onside kick here?
I would say no. I think just wanting to squib it and kind of see what happens. Maybe not send it to one of the deeper guys. Give them a lot of room.
Well, Riley Jones picked it up and got it out to the 41-yard line. It's Water Canyon's 41-yard line, their own.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. Water Canyon's had a couple good plays. I think it's been the consistency, Rick. And big thing on the last drive, they got behind the chains, and that really hurt them. Had a good drive going. Tight formation here for Hammond. Hammond takes a snap, back to pass. Pocket holds, throws deep, and the receiver falls because he was pushed. Easy, again, pretty easy call.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, Rick. You got so much space in this 8-man. If something happens, it's a lot easier to see.
Well, and flags came flying as Jones from Water Canyon was running his route. He just got bumped from behind and fell down as the pass was in the air.
First down. As that 15, they need a 10. Penalty gives them 15. That's enough for a first down. So that'll take it in to Buckaroo territory, and that's a good way to start the drive if you're Water Canyon, getting the ball moving like that.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We've had 2 of those in this game today that have been just really easy calls.
Yeah. So we'll go 2 receivers to either side here. Hammond in the gun, empty set. Awaits the snap. It's low. Hammond picks up well. Escapes to his left. Just needing to do something with it. Fires it out of bounds, and a smart play from Hammond as it will bring up second down.
And it had to go past the line of scrimmage. That's the first thing I looked at, and it easily did.
Yeah. Yep. Out of the pocket, beyond the line of scrimmage. That used to not necessarily be a thing in high school football.
No, only changed 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I like it too. Reward the quarterback for being smart, right? Not taking hits.
Take hits.
Yeah.
That's
2 receivers either side. Hammond over the middle, incompletes. Rogers was there in coverage along with number 18 for the Buckaroos, Jaden Camacho. Called both of their names a lot tonight.
Yeah, and that pass looked like it had a good chance of being completed, but it was right in the middle of a host of defenders. Actually well thrown.
Yeah, really good ball. Third down and 10. I think even though you're still a ways out, this might still be 4-down territory here, pending what happens on this third down play. Welcome to 8-man. Tight formation with 2 backs. They send the 2 backs in motion. Hammond back to pass. Monticello brings 4. Hammond throws. Ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Rick, I love when a D lineman just gets that old big bear paw up and bats down a pass like that. So well played.
Canyon Christensen, is that
I
who that
believe
was?
so.
And it was no question. And that time, Water Canyon had 2 guys in the backfield. They both split out at the same time, so they had to get set, and they did.
And actually coming up with that deflection, that's number 0, Cameron Carpenter.
Was it Carpenter?
Carpenter makes the play, yeah. Just noticed 11 here on the sideline, so
you're right. It was Carpenter. I just saw you're spot on.
So now a timeout to Water Canyon. They want to talk about it. We'll talk about it after this break next on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Back on in. 8-0, Monticello leads Water Canyon. Big 4th down here, and I think Water Canyon's going to punt this away, Rick. Play the field position game, see if their defense can get back on track. We'll see here what the Wildcats elect to do. Now, interestingly enough, no one is back for Monticello to receive this kick. Takes a bounce at the 23 to the 22, maybe 21, where it'll be 1st and 10 Buckaroos. Still plenty of time for them to drive down, potentially extend the lead.
Yeah, and honestly, Water Canyon's offense is set up a little more because they pass more.
Yeah.
But they've not been able to be consistent, as you have mentioned earlier. And Monticello's been a lot more consistent, able to move the football and drive up. But, however, they've run. So the clock, when you run it, it does run the clock.
Monticello does have all 3 timeouts, so keep an eye on that. As Water Canyon's used, I believe, at least 2 here in this ball game. They go tight formation here. It's going to be almost an I-like formation, a pass play. Kais throws deep, has Rogers right in his breadbasket. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. They didn't need the whole 240. They take it in on the first play. No flags, touchdown, Buckaroos.
79 yards. An incredible pass play. And the second he caught it, you said, he's probably going to go.
Yeah. What a ball. Right in the breadbasket there of Carter Rogers.
Just as we were saying, the clock probably is not as favorable for Monticello. They did just the thing. They throw a 79-yard touchdown bomb.
Extra point coming here. That makes it 14-0. PAT looking to make it 15. See if Water Canyon jumps offside here. Snap's good, holds good, kick is on its way, and that is good. Little to the left, but it snuck through.
Yeah, and it went through. That pass was thrown. He was somewhere around his own 15-yard line. It was caught at the Water Canyon 40. That's how long that pass was.
Unbelievable. We'll take another break and be back. 2:30 to go. It's Water Canyon and Monticello. Buckaroos 15. Wildcats 0 on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
We won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back on in. Monticello 15, Water Canyon 0. Buckaroos opening the floodgates a little bit, Rick. Amazing throw. Amazing, phenomenal throw by Kais on that play.
Yeah, and obviously the best pass play of the day for either team.
Well, I like, they've been running so much. That's what set that up. They go a little play action, really open things up as this kick takes a bounce at the 30. Fielded at about the 23, finally picked up. Makes a first guy miss, then a second miss. Good return for Water Canyon as they stumble out to the 37-yard line. So decent field position for the Wildcats coming out.
Yeah, and Water Canyon's capable of putting a big play together. As we know in the previous game, when the scoring started, it just exploded.
Yeah.
Now Monticello's back-to-back touchdowns. And will Water Canyon get in on it here?
Well, they needed some points. The way Monticello's moved the ball now 2 possessions in a row, they need it. And keep in mind, this would be big for them to score before halftime because Water Canyon does get the football to start half number 2. Keep an eye on that. 2 receivers to the right, single left, single back set for Hammond. Plays blown dead. We've got a delay of game as the play clock hits 0.
Yeah, and that's always a tough penalty because you're coming off as a start a brand new series.
Yeah.
And you get a delay of game.
Those always surprise me, and it's got to be a rhythm thing, right? Usually you have an internal clock after you've run a play. A little bit different coming from special teams to offense.
Well, they give them a 25-second. That tells you they're chopping it fairly quick.
Hammond to throw. Throws short, incomplete. Coverage by Shumway.
Now, at the end of the play, it goes to 40 seconds. But on a play like that, the previous one, it's whenever the referee chops it. And so then you only get 25 seconds. And I think that's part of what happens. Teams aren't used to that. It's a shorter time.
Second down and 15. 2:19 to go before halftime. It's taken a while for this quarter to end. A lot of throws here late in the second quarter.
And incomplete throws.
Hammond to throw. Fires in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Third down and long coming up.
That will stop the clock again, as you mentioned. But Jones was open would have easily, well, maybe not easily. It looked like he had room to pick up the first down.
3rd down and 15 now with 2:15 to go before halftime. Sun pretty well fully set. Beautiful night here in Harriman. Cold day. I think tomorrow's supposed to be a little warmer for the 1 and 2A games. Back to pass. Hammond's hit in and out of the receiver's hands. And did he end up making the catch? No, that ball hits the turf. Incomplete. 4th down. Another punt situation here for Water Canyon.
Johnny Johnson tipped the ball up in the air, dove for it like he'd caught it. Had he caught it, it'd still been about 11 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah.
So it was only like a 4 or 5 yard pickup.
Yeah, should be a punt situation here for Water Canyon, rather, and I do believe that's what we're going to see here with 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So Water Canyon, and that punt goes out around the 40-yard line. See where they mark it. 41, where it'll be spotted.
Yeah, and that time the ball was low and it bounced, and the officials right there able to see where it went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Unlike the previous one that went high in the air and landed well out on the track, and so then you have to kind of do the angle thing.
Yeah.
This one you could see where it went out of bounds.
Made it easy for us, for sure. So, 1st down and 10 for Monticello. We'll see if the Buckaroos smell some blood in the water here. They're going to make something happen after that long pass play on the last drive. Kai's going to take a shot deep, has a man in the breadbasket again to the 30-yard line. Tommy Morrison with the reception. Monticello back in business into Water Canyon territory.
Yeah, and Adam Hammond was right there. Had he not been right there, that could have been another touchdown. And Monticello, you can tell they got a little momentum going here.
Yeah, this, like I said, smelling blood in the water. Minute 49 to go before halftime. Snap. Counter, right side. Good trip up on that play. The man in motion would have had potentially some more room to go. A good tackle by Water Canyon's Isaiah Barlow.
Yeah, Barlow's had a nice game.
Yeah, no question about that. So 2nd down and 11 with 1:25 to go in the ball game, or in the first half, excuse me. Buckaroos trying to get a few more on the board before we get to half number 2. Kai sends Rogers in motion, pumps. Oh, beautifully done to Rogers. Falls forward and gets a couple. Will gain 4, maybe 5 yards. Maybe could have led him a little bit more to that outside. Monticello smartly going to take a timeout here, Rick.
Yeah, Ryland Barlow was there to make the tackle.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
58 seconds to go before halftime. Monticello 15 and Water Canyon 0. Had a fun day here at Zions Bank Stadium. Rich advancing to the 8-man state championship. Morgan advancing to 3As. Monticello and Water Canyon trying to do so here. Throws a little high, bobbled and caught. 1st down. Excellent concentration to haul that in. Tommy Morrison with a good catch.
Yeah, and when you say bobble, it's kind of like a hot potato went up in the air, and he brought it down. And a good tackle there by Riley Jones.
Illegal shift. There was a penalty we missed, Rick.
Okay.
So
they must have 2 guys. Did he do one hand or 2?
Did one.
Yeah, somebody was in motion. Now, the difference is if it's somebody on the line of scrimmage, they will blow that dead.
Yeah.
It tells you somebody in the backfield. That maybe the man in motion cut toward the line too soon, or one of the backs took off too early.
Yeah. Well, the clock winds under 50 seconds now. Monticello as Kais comes back out. Buckaroos still with the 2 timeouts. Think they want to see what they get here on 3rd and long. Maybe take a timeout depending on what happens. So
now on that penalty, because the clock would have been running, Water Canyon got to choose whether or not the clock would run.
26 seconds, snap to Kais. It's a little bubble screen, complete to Black. Black's got some space. Left side, first down, out of bounds. Ran to perfection, the bubble screen.
Yeah, and it's got the first down, as you said, and just well executed. And he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
So 19 seconds left. You still have the 2 timeouts. Playbook's wide open here. When you got those timeouts in your pocket, Rick, you can call what you feel like is going to be your best option. Now, they've had some success with the passing in this second quarter. I'd imagine they stick with that.
Yeah, and when you say success, they have. They've been able to, both their touchdowns have come off passing plays.
Tight formation. Snap. Kais pumps, takes a shot at the end zone. There's a man there, and it's a touchdown. Carter Rogers in for the 2nd time tonight. Or is that his 3rd, Rick? That's 3 touchdowns for Mr. Rogers. Wow.
And he was behind. I saw the up Monticello receiver. There were 2 of them right there. And he just broke free behind the other one. And I believe it was Morrison was the up receiver.
Well, they're going to have to rename this Mr. Rogers neighborhood because he scored 3 touchdowns in that end zone. Extra point coming here. With 13 seconds to go, it's 21-0, looking to make it 22-0 for Monticello. Snap's good, holds good, kick is on its way, and it is no good. So with 13 seconds remaining in quarter number 2, it is Monticello 21 and Water Canyon 0 on the Mid-Utah radios, on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back. Monticello, Rick, has put up some points here in the second quarter. It was scoreless with 6 minutes left in the quarter. 3 straight touchdowns for the Buckaroos.
Yeah, and they got the ball back with about a 2:35 to go. Went to the field, and then they got it back again after that.
They go onside here, and that ball's live and recovered by the Buckaroos at the 40-yard line. 12 seconds left, 2 timeouts.
And they were looking to get the ball and say, hey, we got a chance here, and they executed that to perfection.
Wow. Water Canyon did not see that coming at all.
Well, I honestly didn't. Did you?
No.
And you think about it, it makes sense. There's only 12 seconds left.
What do you have to lose? You got a 3-score lead and 2 timeouts, so why not? And obviously you're throwing the ball really, really well. So here we go. Shotgun, snap, Kais. Takes that shot, has the man, comes back to the football, and it's incomplete. Good coverage to break that up as the ball was right there. Ryan Barlow making a play on the football.
Yeah, and let's watch this again. Good blocking.
Came back to it.
Yep. Yeah. As a nice throw and just couldn't quite come down with it.
2nd down and 10 with 8 seconds to go. And big play here for Water Canyon not to give up another touchdown before the end of the half.
Yeah.
After giving that up on the onside.
And that could have been really close. But look at the play clock. We're already down to 5-4. They're never going to get this off.
Nope. Yep. I was waiting for it, and there you go. Delay a game.
Delay of game against Monticello.
And Water Canyon wants to take a timeout here. Or, excuse me, Monticello looked like they will not take a timeout. Just getting the quarterback over to get the call in.
And when you're at the 40-yard line, is there any difference between the 45 and the 40?
I would say so.
Yeah, there's 5
yards. Yeah, okay. Just
not that
just
much.
making sure.
I kind of,
that seemed like a trick question for a minute there. And a pitch backwards. A little bit of trickaroo here as he gets out at the 49, and that will end the half.
My point on that is sometimes teams use a timeout, and with just a few seconds left, probably not a whole lot of difference, but there is 5
There's
yards.
5 yards, yeah. Well, that's your half. First half is over. Monticello leads 21-0 over Water Canyon State semifinals in 8-man. We'll take a break. Your halftime show is coming up on TeamHive.live along with KSLSports.com.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor, and the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Fans, we'd like to give a shout out to the very important members of our 58 crew. That's the work on the sideline, helping the officials. That is the foul crew. Tonight, that is Foley's Fire. If you can't do flips like that, you should probably be cheering pretty loud.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back. Water Canyon, Monticello. Buckaroos putting up 21 points there in the latter half of the first part, or the second quarter, rather. That's how we got to 21-0. Appreciate Brad James giving us some stats here tonight, Rick. And yeah, the yardage number is a little bit staggering at this point for between Water Canyon and Monticello. 277 to 57, and much of those 277 for Monticello came late in the half.
Yeah, well, with less than 4 minutes to go, I would guess.
Yeah. Yards per play, 7.9 for Monticello, just 2.1 for Water Canyon. 13 first downs for the Buckaroos, 5 for Water Canyon. When you look at fumbles, Monticello lost a fumble in this game. That's something that is in favor of Water Canyon. They're winning the turnover battle. The problem is they weren't able to take advantage of said turnover.
Yeah, and I think consistency with their offense has really been an issue. They've had some good plays. They've just not been able to consistent move the football.
Third downs, 2 of 7 for Water Canyon. So, yeah, a couple stalled out drives. They're 0 for 2 on fourth down. Water Canyon's 3 for 6, or excuse me, Monticello rather, 3 for 6 on third down, 0 for 2 on fourth down there. Penalties, something to keep an eye on. Both teams have 6 penalties apiece. 54 yards for Monticello, 31 for Water Canyon. So one thing I think if you're at Monticello, you want to clean up a couple bad pass interference calls. And good plays on the player, but you got to let the football get there first, right? You can't just tackle a guy 5 yards before.
They were probably the biggest penalties in this game, and they both were obvious.
Absolutely. Now, good news for Water Canyon, you get the football to start the second half. Yes, you're down 3 scores, but you got a whole 24 more minutes of action to get back in this game. So that's good news for Water Canyon.
And certainly Water Canyon has shown they're capable of moving the football. Can they be consistent?
Should be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. So we got the Coombs Cam on us here at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah. Been a fun day of football, and well, we got one more to go after this. We still got a game and a half to go. So.
Yeah, and for you, you've been here long. I got here during the Manti Morgan game, and what a terrific game. I was treated to just a fun football game.
Yeah, if you like football, that was the game for you. Scoreless after one quarter. We were thinking we were maybe getting a slugfest, and then 49 combined points in quarter number 2, 7 touchdowns in a 12-minute span.
And when you think about it, Morgan had given up 3 points. 3 points in all their 5 region games. Only Grantsville scored those points. Manti able to put 28 points on Morgan today. And not that that's a moral victory for Manti, but it does say something.
Right, absolutely. The way Coach Takiaho prepares for these playoff games and different things. So shout out to the Templars, another Final Four appearance for them. We'll have Richfield and Grantsville coming up next. We still got one more half here. Can Water Canyon get back into this now with the lights under us at Zions Bank Stadium approaching? And they go on side again. This ball's not going to go 5 yards, though. And if you're Monticello, let a Water Canyon player go touch it first.
Yeah.
If they make that mistake.
And you mean it didn't go 10 yards?
Did I say 5?
Yes.
Well, it didn't go 5.
That's right.
But it needed to go 10.
I want to point that out. Yeah. The 5 is a factor.
You're absolutely right. And I think just that was an eyeball test for me. I'm like, oh, it didn't even go 5.
Well, I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
And I think all our viewers knew that, too.
Sure.
But I want to point out it does
need
have
to go 10. Yes.
And you were commenting earlier. I'm looking out the window now, and you know what it reminds me of here?
What's that?
Ice cream.
Why is that?
Because you said it's ice cream. I've got a comment.
Let me ask you a question, Rick. Do you watch The Office? Have you ever watched The Office, the television sitcom from 2004?
Oh, yes.
There's a great episode where it's revealed Michael Scott, bless his heart, breaks his screen door because it was so clean, he ran through it. He was excited to go see the ice cream truck. Full-grown man.
I thought it was funny. That's why I had to make a comment. Now, what the officials got together, they're discussing, and they called a penalty.
Wow.
I'm not sure what the penalty was.
Was there an unsportsmanlike after? But
it had to be and they signaled.
That's interesting. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Water Canyon Wildcats at the 27-yard line.
Well, and
interesting. No idea.
Well, the official signaled, and I was looking. I'll take blame on that.
Good gain on 1st down for Ryan Barlow, as he's going to get 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down, and now we got an injured player down on the field. So 2nd down coming up here, but now Water Canyon's got a player down, which you absolutely hate to see. Let's take a break here. Hope this young fella gets back up here in just a moment. We'll be back on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank. We're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
I'm trying to decide what they must have called on that kickoff, and the only thing I can think of is illegal batting.
So, sideline interference.
That's sideline interference.
Okay. So, 2nd down and 7. It's a low snap. Give left side on a sweep, and Monticello snuffs this out extremely well. Punching at the football. Give all the credit in the world to Johnny Johnson for holding on to that, Rick. There were some paws swatting at that thing.
Yeah, and he did hang on to it.
So now 3rd down coming up. Now no gain on the play for the Wildcats.
And that made sense because the sideline interference means you probably run into one of the officials, and that would be an automatic 15 yards.
Right. Can't have that happen. 3rd down and 7. Hammond throws, has a man. It's caught. It's not going to be enough for a 1st down, but this sets up a very manageable 4th down. Going to be 4th down and not a lot, maybe 2 yards, 3 yards to go.
Yeah, that was well thrown and brought down, but it was right where it needed to be.
Really good game for Daniel Cox. I thought he's played a really good ball game at receiver there for the Water Canyon Wildcats. So 4th down and short, 10:31 to go here in quarter number 3. Monticello looking to get a stand here. After a failed onside kick in the penalty. And remember, Rick, they executed a pretty good onside kick to end the half. Not to start the second half, though. Pitch right side, cut back upfield, tripped up and not going to get there. The Buckaroos stand strong. Turnover on downs. Monticello's going to get it back.
And Monticello, when they've needed to, they have come up with the good plays. And that's why they're ahead 21-0. I mean,
absolutely. It's why they're the number 2 seed.
Yeah, and Water Canyon's had opportunity and then couldn't quite move it.
So now we've got turnover on downs. The Buckaroo offense comes back out at the 20-yard line where it'll be 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left, or 2 receivers right, excuse me, 1 left with a single back for the Buckaroos. Kais takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff and well defended. I want to say that was 55. Dominic LaCourty coming up with the tackle, and it's a loss on the play.
And LaCourty's made some good plays in this game defensively. He's a tough player. And, you know, an eight-man football, if players make plays, you're going to see them more often because there's fewer players out there.
2nd and 12, a loss of 2. Kai's back to pass. Going to throw a dart. That's into the intended receiver, incomplete.
Yeah, intended for Rogers. But at the same time, it looked like, let's watch this. It looked like he could have got bumped a little early. No, that was a good
pretty
no
good,
call.
yeah.
That was a good no call. The officiating's been really good.
Very good tonight, yeah. 3rd down and 12. Going to go 2 receivers to the left, single right, single back here for Kais. Takes a snap on 3rd and long. Looking to set up that bubble screen, and boy, does there some room to the outside. Catch and run, 30, 35, stays at the 40, and is out of bounds at the 41. What a catch and run from Black. That was executed, Rick, to perfection.
Yeah, Tavon got the ball right around the line of scrimmage, and then he veered to the right, and you could see there was a lot of room. The question is whether or not they were going to keep him from going all the way, and honestly, Water Canyon did a nice job of cutting his angles off.
Agreed. 9:31 to go here in quarter number 3. Kais, handoff, left side, defended well again. Give Water Canyon some credit. Wallace Cook and Dominic LaCourty, they've kind of shut down that run game that was really effective early in this game, and it's kind of forced Monticello to go to the pass. Now, they've been very good at the pass, but give those guys up front some credit for Water Canyon.
Yeah, and Dominic again comes in just a monster on that line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 12 with 9:11 to go. As Monticello breaks the huddle. Go with the receiver far left. Tight formation here. Snap is pitched to the left side. Some room for Black. Falls forward. Good gain.
Yeah, and Black cuts across, and I believe he's, maybe got in. No, they're going to mark him right at the 50-yard line.
Needed 12, got 10, so 3rd and short here.
And Carpenter with a nice block out there. Don't you, if you notice the big guy getting out there putting a nice block.
I wondered how Allen was going to get there, or Black was going to get there, and no, it was like you said, great blocking. 3rd down and short for Monticello. 8:47 to go here in quarter number 3. Under center, they go with a wedge play that goes up the middle, and that's going to be good for a 1st down.
Yeah, and if we couldn't call that, we're in trouble because it's right straight down from Tanner and myself, and we could easily see where they'd mark the football.
Yeah. A good gain, needed 2 yards, got 3 as that was given up the middle to Cameron Carpenter. 1st down to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Buckaroos. Kais goes under center, tight formation here. It's going to be another run. Shumway bottled up. He's got nowhere to go. And once again, the 1st down defense of Water Canyon is very good, Rick. Now they got to do it for a couple more downs.
Yeah, and I had 4 different Water Canyon players right there on the line, and the 5th one was coming up. And when you have 8 players and 5 of them are right there on the stop, it's generally going to be real hard to move the football past them.
2nd down and 11. for for Monticello here.
You think they'll pass or run here?
I go back to the pass. I think that's what's been working for you. Even though they're a much more run-oriented team. Kais has been really accurate with it this last quarter and a half. Play fake. Kais, the lefty, steps up, throws deep, has Black there, drops it right into him. He's tripped up and down at the 10.
Yeah,
what a throw.
And it was a big trip up. Hammond, nice job of preventing a touchdown, because sometimes you can stop the score, but it looked like Black was going to score. Hammond barely got him by the feet.
Does an excellent job. Yep, just tripped on that one toe. 1st and goal from the 9 now for Monticello. Single receiver right. Tight formation. 7:20 to go here in quarter number 3. Monticello knocking on the door. Kais. It's going to be a handoff right side. Black with some blockers. Gets down inside the 5-yard line.
And you got to like the way Black just strung it out. He just went out wide and trying to find a seam to cut up. And Water Canyon didn't give him really one, and then he planted and just cut up.
6:56 to go here in quarter number 3. 2nd and goal from the 5. Clock continues to wind. 2 receivers to the right. Single back set for Kais. Going to take the snap. Play's blown dead. False start is the signal.
Yeah. And it's the umpire that's signaling that.
False start against Monticello.
So that'll back the Buckaroos up.
Now, the first half, I made a comment. You thought I was half crazy, and I am, about how important is 5 yards, but there were 9 seconds. That is much more important.
That's an important
That's
5.
an important 5 yards. Okay. I deserve that, though, because I was trying to be funny.
Oh, 2nd down and goal from the 10 now. Play clock's at 7. Buckaroos got to hurry here. Yeah, they're going to take a timeout, Rick. Smart call.
Yeah, because they weren't going to get the playoff. It was running down.
Yeah. We'll take a break with 6:10 to go. It's still Monticello 21, Water Canyon 0 on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emmerich, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back on in. Monticello 21, Water Canyon 0. Good time out for the Buckaroos. You've had the false start that backed you up. You didn't want another 5 yards being added onto that to make it 2nd and goal from the 15. So instead, that keeps it 2nd and goal at the 10. Buckaroos knocking on the door, trying to get this to a 4-score game. Tanner Wilkinson, Rick Robinson with you. Got a great crew here with TeamHive.live. Executive producer Barrett Hilton. Option run here, a little bit of a draw, and Shumway's cut up. Gets a couple yards.
What a great save there as Jones came in. It looked like Shumway was going to go.
Yeah.
And then Jones came out of nowhere. And I do have to give a shout-out to Barrett. He's just one of my favorites. He doesn't like me to say things about him, but he's just a terrific guy.
We do enjoy our time with Mr. Hilton. Kais to pass on 3rd and goal, takes a shot. It's high, broken up, incomplete. Good coverage coming up with that play for Water Canyon. That is number 12, Ryan Barlow. You've heard called several Barlow names tonight. And that will bring up 4th down. You in field goal range here, Rick, or are you going for it? I think they're going for it, it's my guess.
Have you watched the kicks?
I guess they did miss the last PAT.
The kicks have been really close. They've been good.
Yeah. They did miss the last one right before halftime.
But it didn't look like there was a ton of range.
Right. So they will go for it. 4th and goal at the 9-yard line for the Buckaroos with 5:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Kais. Loads up. Fires. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. It'll go back. Water Canyon gets the stop. So that game, so you mentioned that touchdown-saving trip tackle, or I shouldn't say trip tackle, but shoestring tackle by Water Canyon saved them 6 points.
And I thought Black was going to score on it, and it did save him 6 points. And it keeps them really kind of in the game. Down 21-0 is better than 28-0, obviously.
5:36 to go. Here in quarter number 3, Water Canyon takes back over. Now they've got to go 92 yards, backed up at the 8-yard line. We'll go trips. Nope, excuse me, 2 receivers to the right, single receiver left side. Here for Hammond.
Way spread out.
Single back. Man comes in motion. It's going to be a give to Johnson. Johnson has a hole and a seam, and there he goes. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, being chased down by Carter. Carter trips him up and gets him inside the 40 to the 33-yard line. But the play of the day so far for the Water Canyon Wildcats, a great run from Johnny Johnson.
Yeah, and only Rogers' speed saved that, because Rogers had a little more speed, able to catch him and bring him down.
Massive gain. They were backed up at the 8, and one play later, well into Buckaroo territory at the 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats. So Water Canyon going to go with 2 receivers to the right, single left, single back set for Hammond. Hammond sends a man in motion. It's a low snap, a give up the middle. Johnson again, a nice run. So wouldn't you know it, Monticello's found some success through the air, and they're more of a run team. Now Water Canyon finding some success through the ground, and they're a passing team.
And it's kind of funny, and I think they're going to continue to ride Johnson up the middle a little bit. I don't think they'll do it every play, but I think you're going to see a little more of that until it's shown it can be stopped.
2nd down and short for the Wildcats. Hammond sends a man in motion, and we will get a offside. Oh, this is going to go against the Buckaroos, Rick, and give a 1st down to Water Canyon.
And it looked like you and I were both looking for the motion penalty, thinking, where's the motion penalty? And it was offsides. I think when the guy went in motion, Monticello got a little anxious.
4:24 left here in quarter number 3 as Water Canyon trying to get on the board for the first time tonight.
This is their best drive they've had all night.
Without question. Trips to the right, single back set, single receiver to the left. Man comes in motion, play fake. Hammond throws, batted, and nearly come down with, but out of bounds.
Yeah. And it was, I believe, Monticello who tipped it up in the air. Let's look at that on the replay. Yep. And still almost come down with by Water Canyon, down around the 12-yard line.
2nd down and 2 with 3:55 to go here in quarter number 3. See what the Wildcats come up with. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Single back set. Under center, Hammond brings a man in motion. This play is now going to be blown dead. We got a false start on Water Canyon. So difference here, Rick, that one gave him the 1st down on the offside. Now this will back him up on 2nd down.
Well, penalties were a factor in the first half. Both teams with 6 penalties each. Here in the second half, Monticello had it appeared to be a big sideline interference.
Yeah.
And then Monticello was able to overcome that. And now Water Canyon, where'd this drive start at? Down around their own.
It was the
8-yard line.
Yeah.
And they've driven deep into Monticello territory and now have this penalty.
2nd down and 15. Man comes in motion. It's going to be a sweep to the left side. And a decent run, but Monticello again snuffing it out. Did the ball come out? No, it never did. I thought for a second there maybe that ball was on the ground, but the receiver had just such good possession of it. I couldn't even see the football.
I'm watching the replay. I want to thank Baird. It looked like he might have a little more room going wider, but I'm not so sure after watching that. As Barlow just planted and cut up. and he held on to it. I think Monticello was trying to knock it out.
3:20 left. Short gain of 4, 3rd down and 11. Big play here for Water Canyon. See if you can get this in a couple plays. Hammond rolling. Almost had the receiver just go too deep. Has to throw it away.
Yeah, and he was so far out, he just kind of threw it and made sure it went past the line of scrimmage. But there wasn't anybody within 20, 25 yards of the ball. And I think you're right. The play went on so long, they were downfield.
3:01 before quarter number 3 comes to a close. 4th down, and this, you got to go for it here, Rick. You're this deep in.
Yeah, this is a big play for Water Canyon. I think the ability to stay in the game, if they could pick up a touchdown, it would really tighten this game.
Water Canyon takes a timeout. We'll take one as well here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back on in Monticello and Water Canyon. Big 4th down here for the Wildcats, still trying to get on the board. College hoops is alive and well, Rick. BYU playing a little bit later tonight. How about Kansas and North Carolina? The Jayhawks look like a force to be reckoned with, up 53-38 on the Tar Heels at halftime. Kansas preseason number 1 in the Big 12 and in the nation.
And you and I happen to be similar fans for one college team.
Sure. It's not like I'm wearing the hat or anything tonight. Hammond pumps, loads, sends deep, has a man, makes the catch, and it's a score. Touchdown off the right side. Great throw from Adam Hammond to Daniel Cox.
And they just made that look so easy. He got out, and they haven't been open that night. All night like that, and when it got out there, Daniel just caught it and cut it, Phil.
Great job staying in bounds, too, before getting into the end zone.
And this game has just gotten a little tighter.
I think if you're Water Canyon, this is a 2-point conversion-based team. Sure enough, that's going to be the case here. They will not kick. Going for 2. Split back set, but under center is Hammond. Water Canyon showing some pressure. Hammond throws across his body, and that is, I don't know if it was incomplete. They rule it incomplete. Either way, the try is no good. You can't return.
No,
you don't get a pick
like
2.
College.
Yeah, you don't get a pick 2 per se. So,
and I was making a reference to your college team. It is a blue hat.
Sure. It's a royal blue hat.
Yeah.
If we want to get real specific.
And of course, big game in the state of Utah. And
I'm not talking about it. I'm not saying a word.
Well, I'm just saying it is. There is a game tomorrow.
Sure, there is a game tomorrow. That's as much as I'll say. But, boy, BYU basketball looked good. Gagor Demon is going to be a problem. A good problem for BYU to have, a problem for the Big 12 to deal with.
And Utah looked good the other night.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they really did.
They've been picked to be toward the bottom of the Big 12, and, their followers are saying, you just wait and see.
21-6, that's a big score for Water Canyon. Rick, 2-score game.
Huge score. And there's still a full quarter and 2:54 to go. That's eternity in this game.
Kicks coming. Chance to return for the Buckaroos inside the 20. Picked up and bobbled at the 18. Water Canyon nearly gets there. Turning the corner. There's some speed here. Uh-oh. Look out. Captain Rogers going to take this the distance. Right as Water Canyon thinks they're back in it, Monticello says, What a return from Carter Rogers.
Oh, yeah. It was unbelievable. Rogers fumbles it, and you're thinking, they could lose the football here. And then all of a sudden, he just picks it up and cuts on the right side. Look at that fumble. Barrett Hilton with a great replay for us. And when he cut on that right side, boy, you could see he was going to go.
Beauty of 8-man football, folks, right there. That probably doesn't happen with 11 guys on the field, but with 8, anything can happen there. So the extra point coming with 2:40 to go for Monticello. As that they get a massive play. After giving up the touchdown, extra points low and blocked, so no good. So with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in quarter number 3, it's Monticello 27, Water Canyon 6 on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem. School? I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Massive play from Monticello. Big response after Water Canyon gets their first touchdown of the game. The Buckaroos say, yeah, enjoy that 2-score game. We're going to push it back to 3 here.
Yeah.
Beautiful return.
And Rogers looked like he was fumbling the ball. I thought, well, he might lose it. They might come down, knock it away. And when he picked it up, it didn't take long to see that he was going to go.
Kid's got some wheels. Can really fly. As this is another low kick by Monticello, fielded by Water Canyon at about the 25-yard line as they're going to run forward. And there's some good speed there for Water Canyon, and they're going to have a chance to run this back. And they will do so. No flags. Fireworks here in Harriman. Back-to-back kickoff returns. Carter with one, Cox with the other. And Water Canyon saying, no, we like it at a 2-score game.
And I almost said he did almost the exact same thing. He's fumbling the football. And except this is going to be different. And I was wrong. It was not different. He fumbled it, and when he got through, after the one guy hit him, he was gone.
Phenomenal return from Cox.
And Water Canyon says, well, we're going to be back in this game.
2:29 to go, quarter number 3. Buckaroos will go for 2 here, try and get this to 13. The special teams fountain has just been bursting the last two plays. Man comes in motion. The snap, the play fake from Hammond. Hammond rolls to his left. He's going to just shovel it forward, and it's batted away. So still a 15-point game, 27-12 with 2:29 to go here in quarter number 3. Let's take another break. When we come back, can Monticello make it 3 kickoff returns in a row for a touchdown?
Have you ever seen 3 in a row?
I don't know that I've ever seen 2 in a row.
Maybe I have in Little League. I don't know that I have. Obviously, it's happened before.
Yeah. We'll take the break and be back here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Tanner Wilkinson, Rick Robinson with you. Back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns. See if we can go 3 for 3, and they'll go with a little squib onside, and that is recovered nicely by the Buckaroos.
And I think they're trying to onside kick it. Monticello's recovered one earlier today and tried another one that kind of backfired.
Yeah, didn't even go 5 yards. You need 10. So Buckaroos take over. First down and 10 at the 47, where they will see an offensive snap for the first time in a hot minute now, given the return game. One receiver either side. It's a handoff, and again, met right up the middle. That combination of those defensive linemen, once again, Cook and LaCourty. It's another TFL.
Yeah, they're very, very solid. And that time they broke through, and there was no chance on that run.
Second down and 12. 2:05 to go here in quarter number 3. Kais, play fake, throws on a slant, ball batted in the air. Terrific job by Adam Hammond getting his paws on it. Incomplete, played that ball really well.
Yeah, and that was intended for Tommy Morrison, but there was really not much chance to complete it. In fact, you kind of thought, that's got a chance to be intercepted.
Third down and 12 for Monticello if Water Canyon can get back off the field. Or get their defense off the field at least. Kais takes the snap. Pressure comes immediately. He loads up and launches. And just overthrew. Not easy to overthrow the speedster Rogers, but he does so there. Fourth down, and I think this is easily a punt situation for Monticello.
Yeah, Rogers was open. The pass just, and that was a tough pass.
Sure,
I mean,
pressure was there, yeah. 4th and 12. Punt unit. Or is the punt unit out there? They go empty. This could be just a quick kick. You see that a lot in the 8-man game. Hard count, and they draw Water Canyon offside. So 4th and 12 is going to become 4th and 7 now, and that's going to put you right at the 50.
Now, he's not afforded kickers. The
insurance, essentially, yeah.
Unless he's at least 10 yards.
Yeah, when it comes to roughing or running into, right? That's what you're referencing.
You still can't rough him.
Sure.
But it changes when he's short up there. So some of those quick kicks, you wonder, they can get bumped, and it's not an automatic penalty.
Sure. So now let's see what happens on 4th and 7. Minute 51 to go, and they're going to go for it. It's a run forward. He falls forward and gets the first down. It was a direct snap. Number 6 taking the direct snap for Monticello. Cash Young, the sophomore. Cash Money gets a first down, and Monticello moves the sticks.
Yeah, and at first it looked like maybe there wasn't much room, but then he just pushed it forward, able to get up and get the first down.
Big first down for the Buckaroos with a minute 30 to go here in quarter number 3. And they've got a 15-point lead and driving. 2 receivers left. Kais brings a man in motion. Flag flies, likely in the area of an illegal procedure. And, an excellent tackle. Once again, number 52, that's Cook coming up with the stop, Wallace Cook.
Yeah, and I saw the line judge signal 2 men in motion.
Now, I would probably not take the penalty, given that you lost yards and the down anyway.
And they did decline it.
That's what I would have done. You lost 5 yards anyway. Take the down with it.
Well, they actually lost 3 yards. So the choice would have been 2nd down and 13 or 1st and 15, and they chose the 2nd and 13.
I like that. Yeah. Smart coaching.
And when I'm on the sideline, I like to give that verbiage to a coach. I always tell my
referee,
it'll be, it's either 2nd and 13 or 1st and 15. And if I have the opportunity, I do that.
Yeah. 2 to the left, single back set for Kais. Throws a rainbow again. This is caught by Black. He hits the corner. Flag does come flying in as he's escorted out of bounds. This could be in the area of a hold, block in the back type situation.
He's got a hold. I saw him signal a hold.
There you have it.
Well, this game's, we had 12 penalties in the first half. I had several games this year where I didn't have 12 penalties over 3 or 4 games. So this one has really had a lot.
Yeah.
And again, the play was well downfield. The flag was back, and so they marked it off from where the flag was because both of them were beyond the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 12. 1 receiver to either side. Split back set here for Kais. Takes a snap, back to pass. He's going to load up. He's going to launch. Rogers turns, cannot get to the football.
Yeah, there was pretty good double coverage, don't you think?
I would fully agree with that. 4th down and 12 coming up for the Buckaroos. with 34 seconds here in quarter number 3.
And I think Monticello has shown they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, they're certainly not going to punt at this situation. And last time, when they had a 4th down at about 7 or 8, they did a quarterback keeper, direct snap. I don't think we'll see that again.
3rd and 14, and now Monticello wants to take a timeout. This will be their second timeout of the half. We'll take one as well here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
In the fast-paced world we live in, every second counts. Whether it's staying productive in your home office or enjoying entertainment with no buffering. With CentraWave from Centracom, experience ultra-fast, next-generation, reliable internet that keeps your whole family connected. CentraWave by Centracom. Fast, reliable, everywhere. Get connected today. Visit www.centracom.com/CentraWave or call 1-800-427-8449.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
34 seconds left in quarter number 3. It's Monticello 27, Water Canyon 12. Buckaroos now down to 1 timeout for the remainder of the game. The good news, though, Rick, they got a 2-point lead, or a two-possession lead, my apologies there, and are driving. Got 2 downs to pick this up.
Yeah, and it's a 15-point lead, but Water Canyon will always go for 2, so you're spot on there.
Man comes in motion. Kais throws, Rogers low, and that hit the turf. Good sight from the official. Incomplete. The Monticello crowd doesn't agree with it. I thought that was pretty clear from where we're sitting up here.
Yeah, but it was well short of the first down had he even caught it, because it was only at the 40-yard line, and Monticello's got to get down to the 32 for the first down.
Rick, that's a catch. That ball never hit the turf.
Well, they ruled it not a catch.
This isn't the NFL. They're not going to go look at it because they can't.
No. Well, dude,
we get the fortune of seeing the replay.
I thought it looked pretty good, but, you know.
See, and I thought I clearly saw it hit the turf. I was wrong. So.
Well, the official was right there, and he.
Yeah. 4th down. Trying to go with the hard count here is Kais. And now they're going to take another timeout. That's just the last timeout for Monticello in the game, and we're not even to the 4th quarter yet. So we'll take it and be right back.
No, they didn't take. They took the
penalty.
The penalty, yes.
They want to save that timeout.
And this is what I was meaning. So often teams will hurry and call timeout.
Yeah.
And there's probably no need at this point.
Yeah. Head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon. I like him a lot, and this is one reason why he saves his timeouts. Knows he might need them later. Fire. Deep. Rogers. Caught. 20, 10, 5 into the end zone. 4th touchdown of the day for Mr. Carter Rogers.
Oh, and what a beautiful pass and reception. And he just put on the afterburners. It looked like he was going to get tackled.
What a throw and what a catch. And the speed of Carter Rogers continues to be on display. Wow.
Boy, that was just a thing of beauty at any level. 8-man, 11-man. It was beautiful.
Terrific throw. 20 seconds before we get you to the 4th quarter here. As the extra point is coming. It's now back to a 21-point game, looking to push it to 22 here.
I got to point out something. The last game was 40-24.
Snaps low. Kick's good.
It was 40-24 last game.
28.
28. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I got it right here. It was 44-20.
I thought you were talking Manti Morgan. My apologies.
No,
you're correct. Yeah.
And we had a 0-0 score with 6 minutes to go in the second period.
Yeah.
And since that time, we're at 34-12. We could get a similar score like we did the last time.
I think there's a very good chance that happens, yeah. Or the odds of that happening, or at least close to that, I'd say, are pretty darn good.
Of course, we did have back-to-back kickoffs for touchdowns.
That doesn't take a lot of time off.
Monticello ran one, and then Water Canyon did one. And they were back-to-back. I mean, it was a thing of beauty, both of them. But that does add to your scoring.
Kickoff coming here for the Buckaroos with 20 seconds to go. in quarter number 3. How about Kai's passing today? It's been so accurate, so on the ball, right on the numbers.
And when it's not there, you're kind of, and there's not been a lot that have not been there, but when it's not, you're saying, oh, you kind of just expect that Rogers was on a dead run, and he didn't have to make any changes, caught it in stride.
Approaching and sending short. It takes a bounce at the 40, and no, Water Canyon didn't land on it. Does Monticello have this?
Well, I think Water Canyon.
And they do. Yeah, you're correct. I thought there might have been a chance there. So first down and 10 for the Wildcats with 17 seconds to go. Stick around. Our Team Hive coverage continues with Grantsville and Richfield next in the 3A semifinal. Winner will get Morgan in the state championship game. And, well, Rick, is there much of a difference between a Buckaroo and a Cowboy? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking here.
Well, I don't know. I've always known them as Buckaroos, but it is like a Cowboy.
Yeah, so you got Buckaroos Wildcats, then you got Cowboys Wildcats after this. So there you go for our evening matchups. Hammond takes the snap, fires right side. It's a little high and played well by the defensive back. Rogers forces the incompletion.
But that does stop the clock, and that's why if you just joined us, you're wondering, this game started a little bit late, and then at the same time, it's had a lot of scoring, and it's had a lot of passing.
A lot of passing. And that first quarter, it was a lot of run-type plays for Monticello, but Water Canyon hasn't proven they can stop the pass, so Monticello's saying, let's keep it going. 2 receivers left, single right with 13 ticks to go in quarter number 3. Man comes in motion. It's going to be a run play up the middle and sniffed out pretty well by Shumway there, along with number 21 for Monticello. That is John Lieber. So that'll bring up third down. And that will end the third quarter. We'll take it to the fourth quarter next on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Back 34-14, and yes, Rick Robinson, that's the end of the third quarter. Long quarter. One of the longer ones I've had this year. Third down. It's a handoff right side to Johnson. Johnson breaking a couple tackles, stays on his feet and gets close to and does get the first down. A good run there.
I got to be honest with you. Johnson's been really impressive in this half. He's done some nice runs.
So that's a first down out past the 40 to the 43 for the Wildcats. Under 12, clock is now running at under 12 as we begin the fourth quarter. 2 receivers to the right, single left. Under center. Man comes in motion. It's a jet sweep left side. Initially snuffed out well, but then a good run to the left side and a good gain on first down for the Falcons. Or excuse me, the Warriors. The Wildcats. My goodness, that's 2 wrong.
You know, it depends on where he stepped out of bounds because it looked like he got up the yardage today. And like you, in the one Manti game today with Manti Morgan, it looked like a guy got way upfield.
Yeah.
And he stepped out of bounds. I was watching you as I was listening as I was driving.
Second down and 6. 11:25 to go here in the ball game. Man comes in motion. Hammond hands off. Johnson up the middle, falls forward, maybe going to get a half. Give him 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, that's that play where they fake the sweep, where they hand off on the fake sweep, and then they just give the delay on the quick dive. And that has worked the last several times. That time, Monticello with a really good defensive stop.
3rd down and 4 with 11 minutes remaining in the ball game. Water Canyon down 3 scores, needing to get back in the end zone. It's 21-0 at half, a couple wild kickoff returns, and put up a lot of points between the two teams. 3rd down. Back to pass, pump fake, and a sack. Excellent job by that defensive front of Monticello coming up with it. Lieber.
Yeah, and Monticello put on a blitz, and they rushed 4 different defenders. And I want to give credit to at least to Peyton Hathaway. Was that Peyton that was in on that?
I think so, yeah.
And I want to give credit because
there were multiple guys.
There were multiple. There were 4 of them they put in.
4th down and 12. 10:05 to go.
A 4-man rush is just normal in 11-man.
Sure.
4-man rush in 8-man is a blitz.
Now Water Canyon takes a timeout. That was another thing about that 3rd quarter. A lot of timeouts. We'll take one here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back, Water Canyon and Monticello. Big 4th down here for the Buckaroos, or for the Wildcats. Can't seem to get Wildcat right for some reason in this 4th quarter, but it is the Water Canyon Wildcats. We'll have the Richfield Wildcats and Grantsville Cowboys coming up after this one. Hammond takes the low snap. Back to pass, is going to take a shot deep. Has a receiver downfield. Does he make the catch? No, he does not.
No, and I'm like you. I thought, that's not got a chance. And then he spun around, and the way he fell down, I thought, well, he might have come down with it. And then you could see the official signaling no catch.
Yeah, just through his hands.
You see it bouncing there.
Yep. So turnover on downs. Monticello takes back over, and they'll try to extend what is a 22-point lead here.
The question is, will Monticello choose to pass, which they've had most of their success with, or will they run, which will run the clock? Not that passing won't run the clock,
sure,
but you have
run the risk.
Complete the passes.
1st down and 10, Buckaroos. Out at the 41.
Trying to make the state championship. You know, that it never gets old to make a state championship.
Flags come in. Play clock is dead again.
Delay a game.
And the coaching staff is not happy at all. This has happened multiple times. And, you know, sometimes, you know, teams aren't used to having these clocks, right? So they're used to getting a count from the officials.
Well,
is that part of it?
You know, it's part of it is the officials very quick in chopping it ready for play. And in a lot of games we do. I'm not saying he's wrong, because as soon as the ball's down, quite often people will delay and then chop it ready for play because they're only 25 seconds.
Run play, dancing around is Black. He heads down to the right side, looking to evade. Looks to fight back to that original line and gets a couple. A lot of dancing for just a few yards.
Yeah, but the one important thing if you're Monticello is he stayed in bounds.
Yeah. Clock continues to run.
And see, it's a 40-second clock now, but on a change of possession, on a penalty, it is a chop, which means they only get 25 seconds in between. And it's been a very quick in between. I'm not saying it's wrong because they've done a great job.
2nd down, 13. 2 receivers left, 1 right. It's a delay handoff. Black breaking tackles right side, and he gets out of bounds. I think he's going to be about a yard shy, maybe 2 of the first down, but a good gain from Black.
And I'll be honest with you, and I white hat some.
Sure.
If I'm white hatting a game and the clock is stopped, I'm definitely not going to be quite as liberal as if the clock's running and I chop it.
Sure.
I might make sure everything's situated always better, because this game has gone long.
It has. 2 left, single right. It was a quick-moving first quarter. That's what happens when you don't score, right? You don't have those long stoppages. A run up the middle, not going to get the first down. It's only going to be a gain of a yard, needed 2. So 4th and short here for the Buckaroos.
I would guess they'll go for it, certainly in 2-down territory.
I would guess so as well. Yeah. Now under 9 minutes in quarter number 4.
Black and Rogers have been the real yardage makers in this game.
4th and short. 2 left, 1 right. In the gun. Takes a snap. It's going to be a direct run up the middle. Tripped up, and then a run forward by Kais.
I think they're going to mark him just shy. It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but yeah, the way they're standing, I don't think he gets it.
Quarterback keeper, he's tripped up by number 52, Wallace Cook.
First down. They give him the first down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they didn't. If you're watching it and saying, man, they gave him extra yardage, they did not do that. It was a very tight, I thought well spotted, and he got enough for the first down. That was just desire.
2 left, 1 right here. Takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff right side. A good run. Wheels and a first down. A great run to the outside on the right side by Shumway. First down, Buckaroos. Great blocking to the right side, and then the afterburners from Shumway.
Yeah, and he was knocked out of bounds there as he went down that sideline. I believe it was Jones who knocked him out of bounds. Riley.
Back in the red zone are the Buckaroos. 1st and 10 from about the 18-yard line. Kais claps, tries to draw offside. Now gets a new play call in. Play clock's at 6, at 5, with 3, 2, and with 1. Kais just gets the snap off. It's going to be a quarterback run up the middle. I think that might have been a broken play, Rick. I don't know that that was a design QB run. Either way, somewhat good gain on first down for Kais.
Yeah, and, that's positive things. You're keeping the clock running.
Jackson Kais, this junior quarterback, had a terrific ball game tonight. 2 left, 1 right, single back. It's a give up the middle, and a good gain of about 2 yards for Black. 3rd down coming up.
And the tackle there, want to give credit, big number 9, James Musser from Water Canyon.
3rd down. 2 left, single right. Single back set here for Kais. Takes the snap. 2-man rush. Kais takes a shot at the end zone, has a receiver there. It's batted incomplete. Great coverage in the end zone, breaking the play up.
Yep, and that does stop the clock here with 6:34 to go. But if you're Monticello, I think you want to do something to score.
Yeah.
And it really seals the day. You're still keeping an eye on the clock. And you want it to run, but I think going for it, I like that call.
I do too. Oh, I absolutely do. For sure. 4th down and 6. For the Buckaroos, they'll go with a tight formation, single receiver left. Kais takes the snap. It's a design roll. He's going to throw. He's got a man open. It's Morrison who makes the catch. Touchdown.
Oh, that was just beautiful. Morrison positioned himself well so that he could speed up a little bit. He had the defender behind him. And it was just, that's how you run a play like that. Little corner pattern.
That was great. Terrific play. As Monticello looks to tack this on with 6:28 left. Buckaroos looking to get back their 3rd straight appearance in the 8-man championship. Looking to bring home some hardware. Well, I guess you bring home hardware if you're in second, and then it ends up being a bad snap, so they'll run it, try to get in, and do not get in. So with 6:28 to go in the fourth quarter, it is Monticello 40 with Water Canyon 12 on TeamHive.live with KSLSports.com.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor, and the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. Or get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
6 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Monticello. That's how long it's going to take for them to get back to the state championship. All 3 8-man championships, by the way, have been played down at Cedar at SUU. First ever 8-man game, championship game, or it was such a new thing that it was kind of a last-minute addition. So the scheduling wasn't quite what it was. So SUU graciously host, and then they've been the host for the 8-man through 3A the last 2 years now. So,
Coliseum's a beautiful facility.
Fun place, yeah. They tell you what, SUU takes good care of us when we're down there. A low kick fielded by Water Canyon, and they're going to take it up past the 50 and then some. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10. That's a touchdown for the Water Canyon Wildcats.
Riley Jones picked it up, I think, right around was the 40, the 45-yard line. Broke a tackle. Let's look at it here where he gets it. He's at the 37-yard line, right in the center of the field. When he breaks a tackle, you could see that his speed was going to game the end zone. Second kickoff return of this game for Water Canyon.
Wow.
3 in the game.
Unbelievable. So now they'll go for 2, 40-18. What was our score again? 44-20 was the first score?
44-20.
The first matchup between these two?
I tell you what, they scored 2 here.
It's a run to the left, and the ball came out.
Yep.
And that automatically makes it dead. So,
it took off running, but it was dead.
Yeah. So with 6:17 to go in the fourth quarter, Monticello 40, Water Canyon 18 on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
You're watching live high school sports action on TeamHive.live.
Welcome back, Monticello and Water Canyon. Our third kickoff return for a touchdown. Rick, we were keeping an eye on that Kansas-North Carolina game. Tar Heels have it back to within 9 with 10 minutes to go in that one at Fog Allen. I believe that's a home-and-home series, so the Jayhawks will return to the Dean Dome a year from now. I like when big teams from other conferences match up. I like it in football, like it a lot in basketball too.
Well, I'm like you. They've been big games have been fun.
Low kick here from Water Canyon. It's going to be picked up, and a knee's just taken. This would tell me that Monticello would like to run some clock here.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much more passing. I want to point out one thing, though, here. If Monticello or Water Canyon scores 6 points and doesn't get the try, it's the exact same score points total as the last game.
You're correct.
Well, I know, I did math. You were asking me about my math earlier. I've been working on that.
You're a banker. I would trust your math a lot over mine. Communications major. Pitch goes left side. It's a run for Black. He looks to cut back upfield and does stay in bounds after a gain of 4.
Yeah, it looked like Black wanted to cut to the left, and then he veered back into the field to make sure that clock kept running.
Wow, I thought he only got 4. They gave him 6, so 2nd and 4 coming up here for the Buckaroos. 2 receivers, or a single receiver right. Tight formation here. going to be another handoff. Black goes right side, tripped up, short gain. Third down coming up here. Clock continues to wind now under 5:40 to go.
Yeah, and for some of our viewers wondering about the next game, which would be Grantsville-Richfield, they will put a half hour on the clock. And so there's no guesswork. When this game ends, you're looking at a half hour.
Yeah. You and I will get a nice little 10-minute break, and then we'll be back on to preview that one. Snap. Handoff. Going nowhere. Water Canyon snuffs it out. That's a loss of 4 or 5. Probably puts Monticello, even with the large lead, in a punting position here.
Yeah, and that was, I tell you, Water Canyon's big guys up front have had a nice night tonight.
Both seniors. Those two D linemen, Wallace Cook and Dominic LaCourty.
Yeah, in Water Canyon, I counted 17 players in the warm-ups.
Punt coming here. Quick kick. Takes a high bounce at the 50 to the 45 and to the 43-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats with 4 minutes and 31 seconds to go.
Well, unlike Monticello, who was going to run the ball, I'm predicting this is going to be a passing. Now, if they complete the pass plays, the clock would run.
Sure. 1st down and 10. As Water Canyon, again, has put forth a good effort. Again, it was 21-0 at halftime. We've seen 19 extra points from Monticello in the second half and 18 from Water Canyon.
Can't lie to you. I saw a game with 3:26 to go in it. Team was down 20 points. They came back and won in a college game I went to. Maybe it was a Holiday Bowl.
Maybe it was. Maybe the year was 1980.
And I was there.
Yeah. Fumble happened.
They recovered.
And Monticello gets it back. So a bad snap. Buckaroos take over with 4:28 left.
And because of that, I've learned I never call a game. I also was in Kanab at a high school game, and there were 3 seconds left, 93 yards a team had to go to score. And they did it. They got the 2-point conversion to send it to overtime. They won in overtime.
Wow.
Crazy, crazy game because everybody knew they had to go 93 yards in 7 seconds.
That's a long way to go in that amount of time. 1st and 10. Buckaroos. It's going to be another run. Counter. Shedding a tackle. Black looks to head outside. Drops the man and gets out of bounds.
Oh, Black went out of bounds, and I'm sure Monticello, there is a flag. We'll have to see what that call is. Look at the...
So this is coming back based on the body language.
Yeah, we'll see what the replay is at. I know I have my suspicion, and that was my suspicion. I thought there was going to be a block below the waist, and there was.
So that'll move back the Buckaroos.
And now the clock will not run.
Yeah.
And the reason it won't run is because the clock was stopped when he went out of bounds. Had he stayed in bounds with the penalty, the clock would have run.
So 1st down and a long way to go. That's 15-yarder right, the below the waist. That's 15 yards.
15 yards.
Yeah. Little bubble screen. That ball just hung there for a moment and falls incomplete.
When you said it hung, it was like a frozen rope. It went right up in the air as Water Canyon was putting big pressure and trying to get it over the long-reached arms.
2nd and 25, 4:16 to go here in quarter number 4. Awaiting the snap. Getting a new play call in on the audible. Play clock's at 10. Kais to throw, takes a shot, and it's nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete. Clock will stop again at 4:10.
Yeah, and passing the ball, Monticello's last 2 plays have been passes, and both of them incomplete. So I don't think Monticello's certainly at this point any risk of getting beat, but they certainly would want the clock to run.
4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining.
Rich Rebels await the winner of this game in the state championship game.
Snap. Kais loads up, fires, has a man, and it's dropped. To the fortunes of Water Canyon, the defensive back quit running, Rick. He thought the play was over.
Yeah, and the defensive back was Rylan Barlow. As he turned to look, he put his hands in the air like, I'm thinking, does he think he got pushed off? But it looks to me like he thought the play was over.
4th down and a punt coming here for Monticello with 4:04 to go. Likely going to see another quick kick here. Nope. He's going to throw it. Kais, incomplete. Turnover on downs.
And Water Canyon was smart not to intercept it unless they could run it back because they would have gotten the ball somewhere around the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line. Now they're going to get the ball at the Monticello 47-yard line.
Another chance here for the Wildcats with 4 minutes exactly to go. See what Water Canyon's got in their back pocket here.
I recounted Monticello 25, I think, earlier in the game.
Yeah.
So
1st and 10. Hammond pumps, takes a shot deep, overthrows his man.
Yeah, right on the side of the field. It looks like Monticello has a player. I thought maybe he had cramps.
And that would be Mr. Carter Rogers.
Well, I don't know if I'd want him out there.
It is 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
He's kind of stretching out.
Yeah, he definitely got cramps.
2nd down and 10. Clock's at 3:55. We got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Single back set for Hammonds. Man comes on a sweep. It's Johnson. Runs into a wall. And gains a couple, stays in bounds. Clock will run at 3:46.
That's when you know you're in kind of a crazy world. When they're going to call timeout an injured player.
Yeah.
But the clock will run as soon as he goes off for one play. He cannot stay in for a play.
Yeah. Good to see him get up quickly. Now they'll wind it, yeah.
Well, he hasn't gone off.
No.
They're going to... Interesting.
Huh. Maybe he got up in time, they changed their mind. I don't know. Usually when you blow it dead, though, you got to sit out.
Usually you got to go out for a play, but not a factor in this game.
Sure. A run left for Water Canyon, some space, and brought down in bounds after a gain of 3.
Yeah, and a nice run there by Ryan Barlow.
He's brought down number 32.
3rd down and short coming up here.
At the 39-yard line.
It's been Johnny Johnson who's had a couple of the big runs in this game.
Yeah, had a big 3rd quarter specifically.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they don't run that play with him again. He's in the backfield behind Hammond.
Low snap, and it is a run to Johnson, and he is dropped for a loss. Water Canyon turns it over on downs.
Well, I think they intended to run the fake fly sweep as the ball was dropped, and you look at that, I think they planned to do that.
There's no fake there, yeah.
And there was no fake, and so...
Should mention Water Canyon made a change at quarterback. Alan Hainline ended up checking in.
Thank you.
For the last few drives.
I said Hammond.
Well, and I thought it was Hammond. I think I might have said Hammond a few times. So, 1st down, 2:29 to go. A 1st down essentially ends the game here for the Buckaroos. And even then, it's going to be, they can milk a lot of clock on a couple plays here. Run to the left. It's Black.
And he's going to go out of bounds.
He goes out with 2:23. Clock operator's not happy about that. Well, it's been a long game. It just has.
If this were a game that was still in doubt, but it's really, at this point, really doesn't seem to be in doubt.
2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7. Buckaroos heading back to the state championship for the third consecutive year, as the ball was bobbled, and then Shumway picks it up, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, and a nice run by Shumway. Now, you'll notice the clock will start at 40 seconds. And I have to do my math and see here.
It's going to be close for Monticello. I don't know that they can fully kneel it out, but yeah.
Well, they're definitely not going to kneel.
No. Kai's run, Shumway left side, stays in bounds, is tossed down after a gain of a yard.
Yeah, and a nice tackle there by Riley Jones. Jones has had a nice game today. Been a big factor in the game.
2nd down and 9. Minute 30 on the clock. So they're going to milk this thing down. Here on 2nd down and 9. The snap, the give, cut back from Shumway, falls forward another yard. No, they'll say no gain. So 3rd down and 9, approaching a minute.
No, they didn't give him a yard, and now there's going to be timeout.
Water Canyon takes the timeout.
A minute 4 to go in the ball game.
Let's keep it here, Rick. Let's talk a little bit because we won't have a ton of time for a post-game show where we're eventually going to have to get to Richfield's pregame. Let's talk a little bit about what this Monticello-Rich game is going to look like next week. That could be real interesting down in Cedar City. Kind of a rivalry. Two very opposite ends of the eastern part of the state there, between Randolph and Monticello.
You know how I'm always texting stuff into you?
Sure.
And telling you, my son just texted me, who officiates with me.
Yeah.
He said the reason there was no injury on that, it wasn't an injury, the helmets were connected. And so they were
So they
getting
had
the
to
helmets,
untangle them.
and there was no injury.
Yeah, we couldn't see that.
So my son, Garrett Robinson, he's telling me that I think that's
now
pretty
you know
funny.
how I feel. Yeah. You know how I feel during these moments.
Well,
and it's a good thing. We like the insight.
Yep, we do.
3rd down. And a play fake, a throw, and an incompletion that will stop the clock at 1 minute and 1 second. 4th down.
Again,
Monticello.
they will put 30 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
We know that because the last game ran late. So there'll be a 30 minutes at the conclusion of this game in between the Grantsville and Richfield game.
That's going to be a perfect amount of time for me to watch the end of Carolina, Kansas. 6 minutes left. Jayhawks a 1-point lead there. Back to pass. So they go bubble screen. It's caught. Now Black's going to have to make some guys miss, and he gets the first down the sideline and out of bounds. And now 2 knees can be taken, and the game will be over.
Probably could have been that way before, but
Yeah.
I don't think they'll take a knee. I think they've had fun playing. They're just playing football.
Yeah.
This is 8-man football, and to us, we might say this or that, but they've been having a good time.
Backyard. It's very much backyard level football, right? You look at the fun you have, the turkey bowls, the fun in the backyard. That's the kind of football 8-man football is. It's just a lot of fun. And football's fun in general. Don't get me wrong. Football is fun. Maybe don't ask Coach.
Now they are going to go down on a knee. No, they're not.
They'll run it left side. Please stay in bounds, sir. And he sure does at the 30-yard line.
But I think I heard you say stay in bounds there.
I said, please stay in bounds, sir. Called him sir.
Well, there's going to be they're going to have to run one play. We're under 40 seconds. So one play will do it.
One more snap and the ball game's over. What do you like between the first time Rich and Monticello met? That was back on August 30th. That's a long time ago, Rick.
Final score was 44-20. This one's going to be 40-18.
Well, and I'm saying Monticello Rich for the championship game. It was 55-20 for Rich. So the Rich Rebels took it to Monticello. Buckaroos certainly will have their hands full, but they're headed back. 3rd straight state championship appearance for the Monticello Buckaroos. Water Canyon, they've continued to get better each and every year, Rick.
Hey, I honestly was impressed with them today.
Yeah.
They had some miscues. They weren't as good as Monticello, but I was impressed with them.
Good athletes, good speed.
Yeah, Rogers, they didn't have anybody that was as good as Rogers.
Yeah, that is the best way to put it. That's your final score, Monticello 40 and Water Canyon 18. We're going to take a break here on Team Hive, connect with our good folks in Radio Land over on KSVC for Richfield and Grantsville coming up next. Congrats to the Buckaroos, headed back to the state championship, and congrats to Water Canyon on a great season. You've been tuned into TeamHive.live, and they put 40 minutes on the clock here, Rick. That's interesting.
Well, we're going to be 40 minutes out.
I'm somewhat okay with that. Give my voice a little bit of a rest. Appreciate you. Appreciate executive producer Barrett Hilton, all our great people here at TeamHive.live. You got something to say?
I got to say thank you for letting me be here with you.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks to Barrett. Barrett knows I just think he's terrific.
We're not going anywhere. Richfield and Grantsville coming up next. Stick around for TeamHive.live coverage. We'll be back with you.